Good morning, I'm Nikki Stanzione.
And I'm Kristen Van Dyke.
And this is New Mexico Style. Welcome to the midweek.
Yeah, Wake Up Wednesday.
Wake Up Wednesday.
Coffee, you know I'm a big coffee drinker.
You are a coffee girl.
Okay, Starbucks. Did you hear about the new Starbucks?
No.
There's a new Starbucks drink.
What is it?
It's called Blonde, which I don't know what that's supposed to mean. Is it because it's wimpy? It's a weaker coffee. So I mean, are they saying like blondes are wimpy and weak? Like, what is that all about? Anyway.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
You're tough. My grandma's blonde. She's tough. No, blondes are not.
Then there's not a brunette. But anyway, yeah, new Starbucks coffee, and you know, as if we needed another thing to choose from when we go to Starbucks, because you know, they'll empty your wallets back.
Oh well, yeah. Emily will tell us about that today, because you know she always says to keep an eye on those things you're spending money on, including that coffee in the morning. Thankfully, I don't drink coffee in the morning, but I do have a bad Diet Dr. Pepper addiction in the afternoon, so that's my problem.
Yeah.
That sunrise, by the way, this morning, I'll tell you what, you could wake up cranky, tired, exhausted. You walk out that door and you see a sunrise like you saw this morning, and it makes you forget everything. It's one of those things where people say, you know, sometimes you just have to stop and take in nature and and it sounds kind of, you know, out there, but it's true. It totally flipped my mood.
Oh yeah, it was absolutely gorgeous this morning. I was tweeting and Facebooking like, get out right now, go look out your window. And a lot of people did, and just talking about how beautiful it was, and the weather is going to stay beautiful too.
Will it? Okay, good.
So let's go ahead and take a look at that now. Right now, looking out toward the volcanoes, and of course you can see the colors, the leaves changing there in the Bosque. Great weather to head out there. Maybe take your kids out for a walk, go to lunch. Just beautiful right now with the leaves changing. So it's going to be beautiful for a while. 44 degrees right now. If you're heading out right now, you'll want to grab the jacket because it still is chilly out there. But temperatures will warm up quickly. Satellite and radar composite here, skies mainly clear except for a few clouds up in the northern mountains and right along the central mountain chain. And that's what made that beautiful sunrise this morning. Those wispy clouds there bringing out all of the colors. And temperature-wise today, a little warmer than yesterday, but still kind of cool out. We'll top out in the upper 60s here. Mountains, upper 50s to low 60s. Southeast, though, topping back out in the mid-70s, and then it gets warmer tomorrow. We're back into the 70s in the metro, and then even into the 80s down in the southeast. Highs today, 75 in Roswell, 68 in Albuquerque, and Santa Fe topping out at 62. And your extended forecast here will be in the upper 60s to low 70s as we head through the rest of the week, just looking gorgeous. And of course, we do want to get you started this morning on your news headlines. Let's go ahead and check in with KRQE News 13 morning anchor Matt Mauro for more on that.
Good morning, Matt.
Good morning, Kristen, and good morning, Nikki, and good morning to you. It's time to take a quick look at what's making news for you this morning. New Mexico's financial situation not as good as legislators thought it was going to be this summer. However, still a lot better than last year. Yesterday, we learned exactly how much money the state's expecting to get from taxes next year. And we know economists expect oil and natural gas revenues to be lower than they originally thought. Legislative Finance Committee was told the state should collect nearly $5.7 billion in its main budget account in the next fiscal year. That'll mean about $245 million in new money to give to state workers and agencies when the legislature meets after the first of the year. Well, those same legislators are not optimistic about the state offering up cash for the Paseo del Norte and I-25 interchange project. On Monday night, Albuquerque City Council approved a deal to finance a $50 million bond issue to cover part of the cost of rebuilding this clogged interchange, but the city needs about $40 million more. That's just for the first phase. Starting today, if you have a BlackBerry, you can get the first of a dozen apps for free. It's the company's way of saying I'm sorry and making up to you for that huge outage last week. Now, reportedly, more apps are going to be added later, and all the apps will stay free for the rest of the year. The U.S. Postal Service is making changes, and it's going to cost you. The Forever stamps, they're going up by a penny starting January 22nd. Then they will cost 45 cents each. And as Kristen and Nikki talked about just a minute ago, Starbucks has unveiled a lighter roast coffee as that company tries to reach even more people. The so-called blonde roast, as it's called, is quite a bit different from what Starbucks usually sells, which are the dark roasted coffee beans. Well, some good news, exciting. Rio Rancho pretty close to cutting the ribbon on its latest fire station there. It's one that the people there say was just desperately needed. So we wanted to give you a preview. We sent out News 13's David Romero to give you an inside look.
Station 7 has been a long time coming.
It will help cover an area of the city that we haven't been able to cover for quite some time.
The new $1 million plus facility located on the northeastern side of town will cover at least 2 major neighborhoods in Vista Hills and Corrales Heights, as well as 8 different schools, not to mention cutting down on response times.
It'll actually help with the call volume for Station 1, which is the city's busiest station. And early on, we're predicting that it'll cover approximately about 2,500 calls per year.
There was some concern earlier this year that there wouldn't be enough firefighters to staff the building. Surplus money in the city budget changed that.
We'll actually be able to open this station with the same number of personnel that you would find staffed at other fire stations in the city.
With all the amenities of home, it's all about comfort for the firefighters who will live here. It may look pretty empty for now, but all that space will be necessary once firefighters move in.
It does have some more living facilities and storage facilities that we didn't see at some of the other stations.
A new home for those who put their lives on the line to protect your home.
And so we never really had a station that would service the area towards the center, and this Station 7 will do exactly that.
David Romero, KRQE News 13.
Now, even though the ribbon cutting is set to be this morning, firefighters will not officially start working there until the first week in November. It's because the company that's furnishing the building had some shipping issues. But firefighters say, hey, no worries, it's okay. It'll give them some time to settle in. Well, muscle man turned movie star turned California governor turned movie star again, Arnold Schwarzenegger, is back in front of the camera. It's his first role since being governor. He's now on the new set here in New Mexico playing The Last Stand. He's a starring role as a small-town border sheriff. Now, Schwarzenegger plays a former cop from L.A. who ends up the sheriff of that small town after some kind of a botched operation. The movie is really a modern-day Western about convicts making their way to the Mexico border through New Mexico after escaping from a prison in Las Vegas. All right, that's all the news for right now. For much more news and weather, you can watch me and Kristen every morning on KRQE News 13. We'll get you caught up to date on everything you need and want to know and get your day off to a great start. So it's 8:07 now. Kristen, Nikki, now back to you guys. The governor, he's here in New Mexico. Pretty exciting, right?
Governor.
There have been a lot of sightings.
I wonder if he can cook. Let's put his cooking skills to the test in the New Mexico style kitchen. It's a challenge, Arnold. I challenge you.
Yeah, let's get him in here.
If he gets a free minute, give him a call. I'm sure he's super busy, though. Those shooting schedules are usually pretty tight.
They are. Well, we'll see what happens. You never know.
Yeah.
You never know who may just pop up in New Mexico. It's pretty amazing.
That's
Love
true.
that.
We get some good ones.
Yeah, you don't only have to go to Hollywood for celebrity news, but you know, sometimes we do like to actually go to Hollywood.
Yeah, it's Wednesday, and that means it's time for some entertainment news.
Yes, and joining us today from Los Angeles is TMZ correspondent Itay Hod, and that's because Gary Truck is on his honeymoon. So, hello, Itay. What's up?
Yeah.
Is it Itay?
And congratulations to Gary. What's up, guys?
Well, it's so good. It's good to have you with us.
Itay, you got it right.
We got it right. Okay, good. Will you tell Gary that we said congratulations? We're very happy for him.
I will absolutely let him know as soon as he gets back from his honeymoon.
Awesome.
All right, well, some good stuff to talk about this morning. Lindsay Lohan, she's back in court today for violating her probation. Now, I heard some interesting things here involving her community service. Is she going back to jail? What's up? What's going on?
Yeah.
Well, here's what's going to happen. She goes in front of the judge today at 10 a.m. for what's called a progress hearing, where the judge basically looks at what she's done and decides whether she's complying with her probation or not.
Okay.
Here's the problem. She hasn't really done her job in the last few months, because we know that she's been booted out of the Women's Center where she was supposed to do her community service and instead moved to the Red Cross because she only showed up. She didn't show up about 9 times, and when she did, she only showed up for about an hour.
Yeah.
So the judge is already pissed, and sources close to the probation department have already told us she ordered them to yank her out of her current position, putting her in the morgue where she'll be mopping up blood and guts. Yes, that's clearly a sign she's pissed. Here's another thing that might piss off the judge.
Okay.
Yes, one more thing is apparently the probation officer wrote in the report that Lindsay was unhappy at the Women's Center because of the fact that it was unfulfilling. Let me say that again. Lindsay Lohan claims working at the Women's Center was unfulfilling.
Well, maybe the morgue will fulfill her.
I know, you gotta
ask. What's better than cleaning up blood in a morgue? That sounds like fun. Now, talk about unfulfilling.
I know, right? So today at 10 o'clock, we'll have the whole thing streaming live on our website if anyone wants to see it. It should be an epic showdown, I think.
Sounds like it could be good stuff.
That's a good showdown, seriously. Oh, poor Lindsay. When is she going to learn her lesson? Kristen, she didn't show up 9 times. I mean, seriously, you don't show up somewhere 9 times. You're going to have consequences. You just are. It's just the way it goes.
I think she's playing with fire at this point. It's like, how many times are you going to do this before you learn your lesson? Who knows? Maybe the judge at this point will decide it's time to go to jail.
Exactly.
She could do that.
Now, I have a question for you. If you call off the wedding, aren't you supposed to give the ring back? What's up with Hef's ex keeping the $90,000 ring, then selling it to a mystery buyer for a fraction of the value? That's kind of tacky.
It's very tacky.
But don't you love this story? Not only does she call the wedding off like 2 days before, but she has the audacity to put it on the auction block and make a nice bundle. I mean, she didn't pay for it. It was originally $90,000. She got $38,000 with taxes. I think it was like 40 something.
Okay.
A 3.39 carat, you know, diamond ring. I think that's pretty gutsy. I have to say, you know, I'm impressed.
She
it's
is a
like
gutsy
really.
woman. Yeah. I think really.
She really is. Nice cash.
She has a lot of nerve, I think. But you know what? She's going to take it all the way to the bank. So good for her.
And I think Hugh Hefner's not going to be missing that money that much. Just my guess.
I think he'll be okay. Now let's talk a little bit about this, okay? Because there's actually been another win now for Halle Berry. We all love her. She had that bitter custody battle against her ex. So is there any word as to why they just shot down Gabriel Aubry's request to ditch his nanny supervisor while he's with their daughter?
There's no word on the reason why, but we know that that was one of the provisions that Halle Berry wanted in the contract. She wanted to make sure that when he was with the daughter, there was a nanny present at all times. I think he can be with her alone for only 3 hours at a time, but every other moment that he's with her the nanny has to be present. That's a huge win for her. And we're also told that her husband is really, really pissed about this.
Wow,
he really wanted this to be changed, and it didn't work out for him. So a big win for Halle Berry, but this seems like it's not ending anytime soon.
Oh. No, it doesn't. It's too bad, but whatever Halle wants, Halle gets. True. Why not? She's so amazing. I love her.
That's right.
I'm happy for her. Well, I have to say, Itay, we really appreciate you being with us today. Yeah, I mean, she's beautiful to look at, and she actually seems like a good person. So we hope we get to see you again next time.
And she can act.
Yeah, she can. She actually can.
I hope so.
Thanks so much. And you can catch TMZ weeknights at 5:30 right here on 2 Casa Fox. Sorry, you know, there's a little bit of a delay, so if you see us talking over each other sometimes at TMZ, that's why. Meanwhile, Monday through Friday, 5:30 every single night, you can get all that Hollywood gossip right there, and you can go online to TMZ.com for more details as well. Now, we like to talk about the details of what's going in our bellies every single day right here in New Mexico style. So who is in the kitchen today?
Oh, we have some yummy food that's about to be cooked up. And, of course, it's Cruz Brand Horse. Hi there, Chef.
Thank you for having
From
me.
San Diego's. We love
High Finance.
Oh, High Finance.
Right.
Okay, but we're talking about San Diego's as well today.
Right.
Yes. So, okay, let me ask you this. Are you happy to be back? It's been too long.
Yeah.
You've been missing us like crazy?
I have. Definitely.
He's been missing.
We've been missing you, too.
Yeah.
We've
been missing some good food.
Yeah, so what are you cooking for us today?
Today we're going to have some Hawaiian ono. Fish.
Oh, no!
In a tomato tarragon sauce, going with Parmesan and crusted squash and an herb risotto.
Wow,
Hawaiian, what'd you call it? O&O?
O-N-O.
What's that? What's
Oh,
O&O
no.
for?
Hawaii.
That's the name of the fish.
Oh, it's the name of the fish.
Yeah.
All right.
I thought he was
We'll look
saying
forward
it's
to
a
that.
no-no, but it's not a no-no. It's a yes-yes. It's
Yeah.
a win-win, and we'll have it back later on, so you'll want to stick around later on in the show. We'll have you back to cook for us. We're looking forward to it.
Me too.
And we're looking forward to that sunshine today.
Oh, yeah. It's going to be gorgeous today. Highs in the upper 60s, and we'll be in the low 70s as we head toward the weekend, so looking fantastic.